Good evening. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. Sarawak is making a name for itself in Malaysia's education sector with the establishment of 5 international schools across the state. Sarawak Premier Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg says Sarawak is the first state in the country to do this, giving Sarawakian youth access to world-class education at home.
Pada hari ini saya diberi kesempatan untuk meresmikan satu pendekatan pendidikan kita yang agak luar biasa, di mana kita menubuhkan sekolah international school oleh sebuah kerajaan negeri melalui agensi kepunyaan Kerajaan Sarawak. Ini adalah pertama kali mungkin dalam Malaysia di mana kita membangunkan sekolah antarabangsa selama ini.
Speaking at the launch of the Sarawak International Secondary School Foundation today, Abang Johari said the schools will adopt the Cambridge curriculum, enabling students to compete on the global stage. Through sustained investment in education, Sarawak aims to produce a generation capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with students from developed nations and opening doors to top universities worldwide.
Sekarang di bawah construction, the Miri will be somewhere in Berkeno. Berayak. Under construction mula. Tenda dah diputuskan dan begitu juga di Bintut. Then we have 5 international school dan satu yang lagi under planning.
Meanwhile, the Premier is not ruling out the possibility that the 13th Sarawak state election could be held this year. However, he says that the election will only be called once all necessary preparations are complete. He's commenting on a statement by Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS Secretary General Dato' Sri Alexander Nantalinggi, who predicted PRN 13 will be held this year. On the expected date for the state election, he says an announcement will be made later. For now, Abang Johari says no official decision will be announced in the near term.
Hitung je kita.
Akan diumumkan? Akan diumumkan kelak ke?
Masih lama.
On Thursday, Alexander said Sarawak's last state election was on December 18, 2021, and a new election must be held this year, in line with constitutional provisions. However, he said setting the exact date and month for the election is the prerogative of the Premier. Sarawak's ruling coalition is dismissing growing speculation over an early election. Gabungan Party Sarawak Chief Whip Dato' Amar Fadilah Yusof says the government's priority remains firmly on public service rather than calculating election dates. Fadilah emphasizes that the coalition does not operate on a campaign-only basis but maintains a continuous presence on the ground to serve the people.
Sebab GPS tu, kita bekerja bukan untuk election. Kita bekerja untuk rakyat sepanjang masa. Jadi election tu hanyalah untuk kita kembalikan kuasa pada rakyat. Untuk menilai. Setakat ni kerja kita.
The Deputy Prime Minister was responding to a recent comments by GPS Secretary General Alexander Nantalinggi regarding the possibility of state polls being called this year. While the current mandate does not expire until February 2027, Fadilah acknowledges that the State Assembly can be dissolved at any time to seek a new mandate. The GPS coalition coasted to a landslide victory in Sarawak's 12th state election in December 2021, winning 75 of 82 seats in the state legislature. The construction of an underground tunnel, upgraded junctions and the use of smart traffic light technology are among the key proposals being considered to ease traffic congestion along Matang Road, in line with the rising number of vehicles and economic growth in the area. Fadilah says the proposals are currently under study by the Public Works Department or JKR before any final decision is being made.
Once the study is completed, follow-up actions will be taken to ensure the proposals are implemented in stages and in an effective manner. Alternative routes are also being considered, including the construction of a new road of about 2 kilometres, linking the Tun Dato' Ahmad Dr. Sulaiman Daud Bridge to Jalan Segedup, Mawung.
Yang seterusnya ialah untuk kita hubungkan Jalan Matang ini dengan Jalan Persekutuan. Jalan Persekutuan di sebelah nun. Jadi kita ada banyak alternatif lah. Akan ada juga jalan bahagian dalam, kita panggil sebagai jalan pesisir di tepi sungai. Premier sudah in principle melihat perkara tersebut, mengkitat nangga jalan ada daripada jambatan Tan Sri Sulaiman, roundabout ya, yang akan masuk jalan tu, yang akan motong terus ke situ. So maknanya ada banyak option lah, pilihan-pilihan.
However, he stresses that the situation must be managed systematically to prevent excessive strain on the existing infrastructure.
Welcome back. The Education Ministry has identified 3,164 under-enrolled schools nationwide, each with fewer than 150 students as of November last year. Deputy Education Minister Wong Kah-Wah says the figure involves national schools, Chinese national type schools and Tamil national type schools. To address the issues, he says the ministry is taking several measures, including relocating the schools to other areas. However, he adds that such measures are implemented based on the circumstances, and steps to maintain existing schools will also be considered, such as combining students from different year groups into a single class.
Demi kelangsungan, katakan sekolah-sekolah yang kurang daripada 5 orang murid, 10 orang murid, maka kita mencari jalan untuk mendapatkan persetujuan daripada pihak sekolah, LPS, untuk memindah lokasi. Dan komitmen daripada KPM, nombor 1, akses pendidikan itu sampai ke mana-mana sahaja yang memerlukan, yang ada keperluan. Dan nombor 2 adalah kita pastikan bahawa kita memberikan komitmen bahawa tidak ada mana-mana sekolah, tak kira SK, HKC, HKT yang akan ditutup akibat daripada menjadi sekolah kurang murid. Ini komitmen daripada KPM.
A woman suffered losses amounting to 10,000 ringgit after her handbag, which was left inside her car, was stolen near a supermarket in Kupang last Thursday. Baling District Police Chief Superintendent Brandon Richard Joe says the incident is believed to have occurred around 8:40 a.m, the day when the woman parked her grey Perodua Avanza by the side of the supermarket. According to him, investigations revealed that the vehicle was parked approximately 15 meters from the supermarket's front entrance. According to him, the 10,000 ringgit in cash belonged to the victim and was business proceeds she had brought along to be deposited into the bank. The case is being investigated under Section 379 of the Penal Code for theft. A fragile ceasefire in Gaza is again under intense pressure today after Israeli airstrikes killed 11 people. The Gaza Health Ministry reports that the strikes targeted an apartment in the north and a displaced person's tent in the south. Officials said the attack on the tent in Khan Yunis wiped out 7 members of a single family, including a child and an elderly person. The strikes come as the U.S. brokered truce enters its second phase, which calls for a gradual Israeli withdrawal and the disarmament of Hamas. However, both sides continue to trade accusations of truce violations. Data from the Health Ministry shows over 500 people have have been killed since the ceasefire originally took effect on October 10 last year. Medical officials warn that a severe shortage of supplies is hampering the treatment of the 20 people wounded in today's attacks. Ethnic Baloch separatists launched coordinated attacks across Pakistan Balochistan province today, killing at least 4 policemen. The latest violence in insurgency hit southwest region. Pakistan has been battling a separatist insurgency in Balochistan for decades, where militants target state forces, foreign nationals and non-locals in the mineral-rich southwestern province bordering Afghanistan and Iran.
रात को मैं अस्पताल में था, माँ का ऑपरेशन था, तो डॉक्टर ने मुझे ये दे दिया कि खून लाओ। मैं ब्लड बैंक जा रहा था खून लाने के लिए, इधर रोड पे ना हमको आगे छोड़ रहे, ना पीछे छोड़ रहे, ना अस्पताल की तरफ छोड़ रहे। ये रास्ता भी बंद है, ये भी बंद है। इंडिया के 7 जहाज गिरा दिए, लेकिन आप एक BLA को नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, एक वो नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते हो। ये क्या हाल बनाया हुआ है? सुबह से धमाके के ऊपर धमाके, पुलिस वाले की देखो, पुलिस वाले सिर्फ थोड़ा आगे पैदल हम जाए, वो हमारे ऊपर बंदूक तान लेते हैं, मारते हैं, क्या करें हम?
A senior military official based in Islamabad confirmed the attacks, adding they were coordinated but poorly executed. The official adds that the attacks failed due to poor planning and rapid collapse under effective security response.
90s babies remember her fondly as the mother who famously realized she left her son home alone. Catherine O'Hara, the Emmy-winning icon whose career spanned from slapstick comedy to sophisticated satire, has died at the age of 71. Her management confirmed the news on Friday, triggering a wave of grief across the entertainment world for a woman many considered a comic titan. Reports indicate O'Hara was rushed to a Los Angeles hospital from her Brentwood home early Friday morning. While she recently captivated modern audiences as the eccentric Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek, it was her role as Kate McAllister in the 1990 classic Home Alone that cemented her status as a global household name. Tributes are pouring in from around the globe, led by her on-screen son Macaulay Culkin and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, who called O'Hara a Canadian legend whose work defined 5 decades of comedy. From her early days at Toronto's Second City Theatre to her unforgettable role in Beetlejuice and the mockumentaries of Christopher Guest, O'Hara was recognized for her incredible versatility. In 2020, she swept the Emmys, Golden Globe and SAG Awards, finally receiving the industry crown for a career built on making the world laugh. Catherine O'Hara is survived by her husband, production designer Bo Welch, and their 2 sons. Get all the updates you need in all-in-one app. TVS Inspire brings you live updates on events, news and programs available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. TVS Inspire will on your screen anytime, anywhere. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.